Hey guys, just want to go over our task for the week here, which is to hold a 3-minute plank. And that's a short lever isometric 3-minute plank, which is difficult to do. I'm just hanging out in my front yard. Got the lake behind me. It's pretty hot out here, so hopefully I can get through this. We did this plank on Saturday with the two guys who were there, with Will and Chris, and we got through it. And there's just a couple mental tricks that I use personally to help myself through these types of planks. We're built to build core strength in the prone position. That's indicative of when we're born, we learn to crawl. We're not strong enough to stand up. So we crawl around the house and around, build up core strength in our muscle groups so we're able to stand on our structure. And I only say that to indicate that we're designed, and we in fact do these types of isometric exercises right from birth. We just forget how to do them over time, over life, now that we're standing and walking and also doing a lot of sitting down. But it is relatively easy to acclimate back to this prone position. It hurts a little bit to do it, so we're going to use some mental exercises to take our mind off. So a couple things I recommend in terms of preparation for a plank like this is to get a timer. Get some kind of phone timer, and particularly one that counts down. You don't want to be looking at the clock and seeing how much time you got. So get a timer that counts down and go ahead and set it for 3 minutes to begin. I talk a lot about breathing in our planks that we do in classes, and so breathing's key. Primarily what I have to do is get oxygen into my body, number one, but number two, it gives you something to focus on and something to think about. So here in the seated, or when I'm on the floor, before I assume my plank, I'm gonna do 2 big breaths. And on the second, third breath, I'll inhale, and when I exhale, I'll assume the plank and start. So big breath in, long breath out, and really accentuate that part of the cycle. Really exhale all the way out. It's a natural core contraction to expel all the air out of your body. So there's that third breath. When we assume the plank, let's take one more. Just get used to breathing in, particularly in this position here. Good. So first thing I want to do is adjust my box. Again, remember I talked about the 4 points of support. I got my 2 elbows in the middle. They're pretty much under my shoulders, and my feet outside the shoulder width. So I got a good box here. And when you're in the isometric plank, try and start distributing the weight from points to points. You know, on the 2 shoulders, on the toes. You know, imagine that big box of support. What I'm going to do first is I'm going to count backwards from 20. And I encourage you to work hard and enunciate all the syllables and focus on the number and focus on distributing the weight down towards the heels. Ready? 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Great. So there's that 20 count here. We're going to take 2 more big breaths. Make them as long as you possibly can. Huge long breath. Not so easy to do. Man, it's hot out here. So then go ahead and adjust your box again. You can lift the heels up. You can lift the butt up. You can move the feet around just a little bit. Move them in, move them out. Move your hands in and out. Get pressure off those axial groups that's inconsistent. Readjust the box, get stable again. Try and get comfortable because we're gonna go for that tongue twister. Now, I use the Sally Sells She Sells by the seashore, and I'm not very good at it. So I'm gonna give it a shot here and see how it goes. Okay, Sally Sells Shells by the seashore. Wait, it's Sally Sells Seashells by the seashore. There's two. Sally Sells Seashells by the seashore. Sally Sells Seashells by the seashore. There's four. And Sally Sells Seashells by the seashore. I'm not sure if I did that right, but takes up some time, takes your mind off of what's going on in the trunk. Again, focus on distributing the weight downwards, heavy knees, heavy toes, heavy shins, heavy thighs. Get the butt up there a little bit. Again, take the pressure off the back. We're gonna go ahead and count backwards from 30. 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25. Really expel the syllables. 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, readjust your box, inside, outside, up with the hips, drive it down. 2 more big breaths. Let's take a look at the clock. My clock says 4:38, so there's almost a 5-minute plank and a pretty hot day. So that was obviously more than 3 minutes. Guys, use those principles of mental trickery. Take your mind off what's going on in the trunk. Don't be afraid to move around in the plank, and you should be able to get the 3 minutes, no problem at all. Thanks, guys. I'll see you this week.